Indians always think I look like them, but I know an Indian versus a Persian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Really? People take you as Indian? I would never in a million years think you're Indian. Not even remotely close to being Indian.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, growing up in Surrey, you're around so many Indians, and they don't really see Persians.
Yeah.
You just assume you're Indian.
That still throws me off that you're from Surrey.
Yeah.
I totally thought you were from North.
Yeah, 100%. North Vancouver, like, North Vancouver Persians are so different. You can tell when someone's a North Van Persian or a Coquitlam Persian easily. Even like just the way they dress. You know what I mean? Like Persians from Coquitlam, they're always wearing like Nike Tech or something. You know what I mean? Or the
like Tech Fleece type thing? Yeah.
But then like Coquitlam Persians, they're always like, North Van Persians, they're always just dressed like very classy. Any kind of like brand name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's that one brand? Salvatore something? The one with the two circles?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, when I was in high school growing up in North Van, there was a lot of Persians then. That was kind of the thing with North Shore, especially North Van and West Van. That there was a lot of Persians, especially in West Van. But now, dude, it's OD now. It's crazy. Lonsdale, asan completely Iran. For real?
Yeah, bro. It's crazy. It's actually nuts. So many. They've taken over. Like, even me and Matty were like literally talking about this. We're like driving down Cap, and the amount of Persian stores we see, like, kudos to them. Like, it's actually nice to have a sense of community, especially like growing up here and like not feeling Canadian and also not feeling Persian at the same time. It's kind of like nice to see, oh, your people are like getting together type thing. But I don't know, they are taking over.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like you didn't feel Canadian or Iranian?
No, neither.
Really?
Yeah. I felt like I was in the middle always. Like I didn't belong to either side. It's really weird.
Well, because dude, you grew up in Surrey though, so that's a bit of a, because it's predominantly brown people, Indians, right?
Brown, Filipino. There's a lot of white people, and now they're just gone. They all got pushed down to South Surrey.
Bro, what was it like growing up in Surrey being Persian? Because it's bizarre to me in a way. I don't know why it's bizarre, because I mean, there's not that many Persians in Surrey.
There's none. I swear I was the only one.
Where'd you go? What high school? To Manawas?
No, I was homeschooled in high school.
Oh, you were homeschooled?
Yeah.
Shit.
And my mom, I was supposed to go to St. Vincent Churchill in Vancouver because we moved. And some girl came up and asked me if I have rolling papers. And I was like, rolling papers? Shit. I'm like, oh, man, I said, like, it's for weed. And she's like, it's like, خاک تو سرت هیچ جایی نمیری تو همش خونه درس میخونه. And she tried to like hold me away from it. So yeah, I was homeschooled for like the longest time.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Yeah, no high school, but I went to Lena Shaw for elementary school.
Right.
Yeah, and that was in Surrey. But it's weird, like there is no Persians in Surrey. It's either like the closest thing you'll get to Persian is Afghan.
The closest thing, yeah.
Closest thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Was it like you obviously knew that too, like as a kid growing up, you knew that you were one of the only Persian guy in the community. So you have to feel like, did you ever feel like you had to fit in type shit? You had to do different, you got to act a certain way? No. I mean, like, obviously there's kids that also grew up there too and also probably felt the same way. And it was all love. Like, you know, we would just hang out, just watch Star Wars, just do what kids do growing up, right? I didn't really like have that sense of like being Iranian until I went to Iran for the first time. Right.
You know what I mean? And that's when I really like got into it. I was like, oh, I want to hang out with my own people. And like my cousins, they grew up in Burnaby. And they were like the only Persians I would see for the longest time. When I turned 16, that's when I started like hanging out with like North Van kids and like West Van kids and getting to know them type thing.
Right.
And then as years go by, realize I'm not like that.
Yeah, because dude, that's the thing, man. I remember like, because we got to know each other through a lot of mutuals, right? And I, for the longest time, was under the impression that you were from North Van the whole time.
Yeah, everyone thinks that.
You know, and like I told you in the car, the farthest thing, or the second option I would think that you're from is Coquitlam.
Yeah.
Not in a million years would I've ever thought you were from Surrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were from Coquitlam too.
For real?
Yeah. You don't act like North Van Persian.
I mean, fuck. Thank God, man. I mean, I don't know. I take that as a compliment, man. I don't know.
There's different type of people, right? Like, you ever heard of that? Like, you know how like BMW Persians acts versus Toyota Persians? BMW Persians are all about class, you know, status, and then Toyota Persians are just about like, how can I get the best price, or like just always negotiate, but like they're much more chill. They don't care about class. They just care about
the best price.
Yeah. It's not the only thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're not like chasing for class all the time. They're much more down to earth than like North Ham Persians.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I do feel that because Coquitlam, I mean, in itself, it's not as high end or upper echelon as North Van.
Some parts.
That's some
Yeah.
part. I mean,
Yeah.
well, that's a cap because Westwood Plateau is
Yeah, literally, bro. Like,
legit. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, no, it's all different.
Yeah. What's
No.
the culture shift that you felt when you moved from Surrey to North Van? Well, just getting away from Surrey more and then just being in North Van. Like, what's kind of like the I mean, it's more soft in North Van, of course. That's one of the things. But do you feel like people in North Van act a little bit tougher than they actually are, and they talk a lot of shit, but they don't really mean it. They're not really about it.
No, they don't act tough. They just talk a lot of shit. They're very fake, insanely fake, and it's like, not all of them, obviously. You know what I mean? There's a lot of real ones too, but it's just more common for someone to just start talking shit about you, like, no problem. Like in Surrey, if someone has a problem with you, they'll literally say it to your face. They do not give a shit about how you feel. But like in North Van, like, oh sutun chetori dadash, oh my god, ishq mani, you know, and then right behind your back, they just start talking shit. Next second, it's insane. I've seen somebody like see someone in person, talk to them, say ishq mani, this and that, and the moment they're gone, they just start talking shit about them to me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how do you do that? Like, that's so weird. And it's more common with the ones that come here. You know what I mean? The ones that grew up here, no, they're not really like that.
Right.
But the ones that
I mean, they can be though.
they could, yeah,
Of
like
course.
from person to person, you know. But
what's weird about it? Is it weird because from where you're from in Surrey, if you have a problem with someone, you don't really mess with someone, you'll say it straight to their face. I mean, you don't really give a shit how they feel about it or how they're gonna take it. I mean, that's secondary. Is it weird because they don't just straight up tell you to your face, or they just think you're, or they just talk shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it like, would you be okay with it if they were just straight up to your face and be like, yo, I don't really mess with you?
yeah, I would respect that much
You just
more.
don't understand that part of it. Like,
Yeah.
Why be nice to me, to my face, be all cool with me, like, yo, we're homies, and then
Yeah, no, 100%. Because to be honest, I can't tell if they're being lighthearted with it, if they're just doing it just to chat shit, or if they really mean it. You know what I mean? Like, if I say something, I really mean it. Like, I take everything as surface level. You know, so it's like, when I see you say that, it's off-putting. You see the memes, like, brother, ew, what's that? Like, that's exactly how I feel every time I see that. So I had to cut ties with a lot of them. You know what I mean? I don't really like talk to a lot of people like that anymore, especially fobs, bro. I can't stand fobs. I really can't stand them.
why not? Talk to me, man. Tell me how you really feel, brother. Tell me.
Brother, baby, you look on like, I don't know what it is. It's like the moment the PR hits, they start acting different. Bro, the moment they get that car, they just look at everyone as less than them, bro. It's like, I'm fucking crazy, you know? Like,
Yeah.
have you not noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
جوری
course.
بهت نگاه میکنم,
Yeah.
bro.
قیافه میان.
Yeah.
قیافه.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
what is that? چرا قیافه میای? What are you pissed off about? What do you it's like we owe them something. What's the Farsi word? Muhtajim.
Yeah.
Beshun.
100%. But that's the craziest thing. You go to Iran, they're not like that at all. Very humble, very down to earth. You know, like my son, they find out you're from Canada. My son Tahfidis Migran. They welcome you. They want to like hang out with you and take you around, stuff like that. They're very nice. But it's the ones that come here, they start acting really weird.
But that's weird to me because it doesn't make sense, because the ones that come here and act like that, you would say to anyone that the reason why they're like that is because they're so oppressed, and the culture in Iran is so oppressive that when they come here, they're already pissed off. They're already conditioned to feel like as if they're fighting upstream, and they have something to prove. But now you're saying that it's not really even like that in Iran. I mean, everyone's happy, everyone's humble, everyone's
no, not everyone's happy.
Not everyone, of course, but
within the situation, 100%. Like there's certain things that like they're not happy about, and they're obviously going to be resilient towards that. But like Masana, if they just are getting to know you, if you're just some random person and they start talking to you, they're very nice. That's what I mean. Like within new people, they're very nice. But inja masalan, like if a Persian like fresh out of the boat comes here and they start talking to you, immediately they start judging you in their head. You even in your last podcast, you were talking about like you walk into like a Persian like party or whatever. It's like in your head you're wondering, oh masalan, what are they thinking about me type thing, because they are judging you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, but Persians in Iran are not like that at all. It's the moment they come here. I don't know why. I don't know why. And it's just the weirdest thing, bro.
Is it just the matter of it's a flex to move to Canada and being in Vancouver, as if it's like some token of pride to be here?
Yeah, I guess. Have you seen that like video of that Persian girl? Like, taze reside. And in Farsi, she's like, baby ma, Canada ya. To Canada, Michael Kors mipushim. It's like, brother, you just got off the boat. Like, what are you saying? You know what I mean? It's like they just switch up. And I think they're trying to flex on people there. They're not even flexing on people here. They want to flex on people back home.
Right.
Like, and that gets to their head, so they start acting different here. That's what it is. I swear that's what it is.
But they don't realize if you're here, if you're living here, you got to adjust to being here.
Yeah,
you're done.
Canadian,
you're done with
bro.
Iran, dude. Put that aside. You gotta assimilate yourself to the culture here, and bro, that's not gonna ease up.
No,
it's not gonna fly. I mean, you can get away with it for maybe a few years, but then at some point, it's just people are gonna be like, dude, you're okay, great. You moved to Canada. You're in Vancouver. Forget about Iran, dude. Like, no one gives a shit at the end of the day.
Straight up. No, 100%. Yeah, I don't get that at all.
It's tough, man. I mean, yeah, dude. It's like I was telling you in the car, man. I mean, I cut ties with a lot of Persians, and I only have a couple Persian friends. And this is the story I wanted to tell you. This was a few months ago. It was Pasha's birthday, and he had people, so he came over to my place, and he brought a few of his friends that are Persian, right? And I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to get into detail of the context of what we were talking about and shit. But here's my thing, dude. I feel like with Persians, dude, there's not a lot of awareness. I don't even think they have any, like, there's no etiquette. They know about it and they choose not to follow the etiquette, or they're completely fucking unaware. There's the awareness is non-existent. So we're talking about something, and I just met his two friends. I just met his buddies. We're talking about something, and something comes up about me from years ago that I did that was embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that I did that made me look down bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you after too. I'll tell you. I can't say that shit on it. It's bad, bro. I can't hear myself out. But dude, one of them So they messed with me for like the first 20, 30 minutes. Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay, never
No,
mind.
I'm just, the reason why I laugh, because I
Yeah.
have stories like that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah. So
They
they're
were
messing with you,
They
yeah?
were messing with me for 20 minutes, half an hour, right? Bro, one of them the whole night was just poking at me about it. Just
like wouldn't let it go.
wouldn't let it go, as if it was a form of connection with me, of him being funny and getting to know me. Like that was his way to. And then at some point, bro, I was getting fed up, man. I was like, bro, like, you know, I didn't say this because also I don't want to make it weird. I don't want to cause confrontation with these two guys I just met, and it's Pasha's birthday. Like, I don't want to start some shit. But in my head, I'm like, bro, let it go. Like, it's like, I don't even know you like that. I don't know you like that. We just met. Like that concept of I don't know you like that and them messing with me. Because, you know, when you meet someone at first, you got to like kind of figure them out. You know, you can't just like jump to like start like making fun of each other a little bit, but then at some point just let it go, dude. Like it's not. But for the whole fucking night, this guy was just like poking at me about it. You know, we went to dinner and I'd said something, and then he would be like, "Oh, but it's not as, you know, as bad as that, or as bad as what you did." And it's just like, bro. And the joke's not even funny anymore, bro. It's old.
Yeah.
And I think that part of it, bro, I don't know. It just brought me back flashbacks to how Persians are. They're just this ignorance with them, and this extreme lack of self-awareness, I think. But I don't know.
Yeah. I think he was just being insecure about himself, not knowing what to talk about. Because like a lot of people, like when they're at a function, like even I'm like this too, but I just choose to go silent. You know what I mean? But like a lot of people, when I have nothing to talk about, they'll just keep bringing up that one thing over and over and over again. And you're right, like there's a social cue. You gotta realize when it's time to quit about stuff like that. And plus, that's like a personal thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you shouldn't make somebody feel less than you in front of everyone just to get laughs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the first little bit, I was laughing with him, right? Because I was just like, okay, like I'm not gonna be like all like, you know, cold and like, you know, straight faced with this guy that I just met. I'll play along with it for a little bit, but at some point it's just, for God's sakes, man, just let it go. It's the joke's not even funny. And then even his friend was kind of just like, okay, like, bro, no one's laughing anymore. It's just kind of you keep harping on this little thing that I did. Okay, cool. Like I'm pretty down bad from years ago, but it's just, you know.
No, I get that. Maybe that guy was just socially fucking stupid, to be honest. But yeah, no, anyone can really be like that. Anyone with Persians too, like,
yeah.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. It's whack.
It's whack, man. But I don't know.
It just shattered them right there.
What would you have said, straight up?
Shut the fuck up. Like, straight up, I probably would have. Because like I don't want people to start, like, you know, thinking it's okay to talk to me like that, even outside of that event. You know what I mean? Like, respect goes a long way, and it's like if you allow people to do that to you a lot, then it's hard to come back from that.
Even if it's coming off playful, or if it's something not even that significant, but
straight up. Bro, people start acting different in social settings. Like, you know, like, have you ever seen those memes where they're like, how the homies start acting different around girls? Mm-hmm. They start bringing up shit. Hey, bro, you still got that $20 you owe me? Like, why are you bringing that up right now? You know what I mean? It's to be socially accepted or to one-up you. And I fucking hate that. I cannot handle that. I cannot fathom that. I've had people, like, I don't know, say, like, the weirdest shit to me. Like, I'm, like, just talking about, like, work when I'm, like, 18, because I used to work with my dad a lot. And this fucking kid is, like, he's Persian, too. He's a party in West Van, and he's just like, Hossein, shut the fuck up. You never had to work a hard day in your life. And this kid's, like, trust fund baby. You know what I mean? Like, dad's got a fucking apartment in Dubai, Rolls Royce Phantom. You know what I mean? He's got it all. His dad, like, gives him money to start whatever business. It fails. It's okay. No problem. That's money down the drain. Let's go for something else. I didn't grow up like, I grew up blue collar. We had to work for everything. The moment he said that, I did not hesitate. I just started shitting on him right then and there. You know what I mean? And everyone in the party just kind of went silent. They were just like looking at me after I shout. And you have to put your foot down like that, or else they'll just keep doing it. You can't let that shit slide. You know what I mean?
Where did you learn that, man? Where did you learn that? Just not giving a fuck, just giving people the business. Because it's easier to say that you're gonna do that, but it's so much harder to really just do that and put your foot down.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you did that. Like, I'm very fucking glad you did that. But what is just a lack of fear, nervousness?
It's kind of like, if someone respects me in a social setting, right, I will respect them. It's a two-way street. But the moment you stop respecting me and you switch up in front of other people, like, you just have to do it. I don't know where I learned it from. Maybe it's just growing up, like, you know, being around my parents. My parents were like blunt honest with me growing up. You know what I mean? But it's like, I guess it just, I don't want people to perceive me in some type of way. You know what I mean? Especially if it's false information, or if it's just like, yeah, you know what I mean?
I mean, that dude
I can't
just
explain it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, that guy was he was obviously being goofy as hell, being fake as fuck, and then
you just gotta put them in their place, bro. Put everyone in their place, no matter who it is. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, unless you're like, I don't know, if it's like a parent or something, you can't really do that. Right. You know what I mean? Growing up, oh man, like, just seeing the way that he would talk, like, just snap on people. And just, I guess, yeah, seeing that growing up, it just made me like that too.
Being in an environment.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it comes down to.
Straight up, yeah. Really? If your parents are fake, you're going to end up fake too, you know? But
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that, yeah, man. I mean, dude, my family members were, at times, were fake.
Like cousins or?
Just uncles, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna paint them in a bad light and say that they were like that and therefore I am fake. But yeah, man, I mean, dude, there were so many times that we would go to mehmonis and then we would have dinner at the mehmoni, right? Mm-hmm. And then during the dinner, my mom or whoever, one of my other family members would be like, oh, چقدر قرمه سبزیتون خوشمزه، چقدر چه کاری کردین با این غذایی که درست کردین، خیلی. And then as soon as we leave the function, خیلی چقدر شور بود مرغی که درست کرده بود، این قرمه سبزیش اصلا شل بود، اصلا هیچ مزه‌ای نداشت. And as a kid, I'm thinking, Mom, you know, I'm not trying to air my mom out right now, but you were just saying an hour ago how amazing the food. And then I've had moments I've been fake, straight up.
No, I get that. I mean, that, like, she's being nice. You know what I mean? And obviously, you have to be nice, like, when you're invited into someone's home. And I get that, right? But yeah, you obviously growing up and seeing that, and coming to a conclusion that, like, that to me is wrong. That's you just forming your own opinion, right? Like, even when we grow up and we see our parents and how they act and all that, we obviously, like, see what is it we like about them and what is it we don't, and we try to adjust that to ourselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a lot of things my dad does that I don't like, or my mom does that I don't like, but there's a lot of things I like, I commend them for. So it's like, whatever I learned from them, I'm implementing it onto myself and my own personality, and just forming my own opinions like that, right? But yeah, like, there's certain social settings where you have to obviously kind of be fake just to be nice, or to, like, you know, make someone feel good about themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think the fakest social setting that I've ever been to is backstage Fortune, brother.
Bro, when the Dom Perignon comes out, people start acting different.
Bro, man, it's just, it's such a, dude, even though I was backstage a couple times during those whole, like, literally, dude, it was all the Persians would squat up behind Fortune backstage.
Yeah.
And we would think we were so fucking sick.
Running it. But do you have a wristband?
Yeah.
You cannot be here if you don't have a wristband. Bro, holy.
Dude, me and Pasha, he always tells me, bro, like, those were the days, man. We would just go every weekend, Fortune backstage, get up there for free, 3 or 4 bottles of Dom. It's just so cringy now talking about it.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, we grow older, we start realizing like what's really real and what's not, right? Spending all that money, but at that time it was like the greatest fucking thing ever. To be honest, I didn't really care for it too much, but like, yeah, man.
Did you not? Did you not care for it?
I didn't give
you
a
had
fuck.
fun though.
Yeah, because I wanted to like fit in with them. You know what I mean? With that whole like you know West Van North Van group, and I still love them and all that. But it was pretty funny because I'm not used to that. I'm not used to going like, getting alcohol. I grew up in like in a Muslim family. You know what I mean? And like, but it was pretty fucking funny. It was really cool too. Like, just seeing all that. I remember like first time like hanging out with like Mateen, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Mateen is the finesse king. It's insane. He'll like literally get anyone into anything. It is crazy. Like if you want it, I've never seen this kid wait in line.
Yeah.
I stand and guest list just like to wait to get in, and I just see him walk by. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Just waiting." He's like, "No, come on, let's go." And you just walk in type thing. But yeah, man, those are really fun times. What did you like about it? What did you didn't like about it?
Obviously, what I liked about it, man, is just being backstage and thinking you're the shit. You know what I mean? I mean, and being that young too, man. Like other people, like at Fortune that we didn't know, probably looked at all of us and thought, "Wow, these guys are fucking goofs. Fuck these guys." We wish we were up there, right? And obviously the girls were like, "Yo, what's up with these guys?" You know what I mean? They would want to come backstage. We would get them to come up, right? Because what girls are gonna say no to that, right? Coming backstage and having free but even just saying it is cringy,
Nah.
What I didn't like about it was just the fakeness, man. I mean, like, let's be real, dude. I personally knew maybe 2 or 3 people that would go backstage that I was friends with because they were friends with, Mateen and Martin, and they would get us all up there.
Yeah.
But as I'm up there, even when I'm conversating and talking to everyone up there, I knew it was all fake. I knew it was all just a facade because we're all up here together, and because I'm up here with you, we can communicate. If I was down there, if you saw me down on the dance floor where Fortune is, where everyone is, you wouldn't be talking to me the way you are right now. The only reason why you're even looking my way and having this conversation with me is because I'm up here with you. So you must be cool with just by association with someone up here. Because you can't just come up here just by yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need a wristband.
You need a wristband. You either know Martin, Mateen, or you know someone that knows Martin or Mateen, and the fact that you're up here is Martin, Mateen, or whoever that got the bottles and has the juice to get everyone up here respects you enough to have you up here. Man, and it's cool because I mean back then it's we're 20, 21 years old. We think we're the fucking we're all that in a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? Like we're him.
Yeah. No, I get that. I honestly get that. I get the fakeness, but within that group like of with those guys, like I've never experienced fakeness with them because even after that, like if I still be able to have conversation with them, like genuine. I've had genuine conversation with all of them at least once. What I didn't like is how new people would come up and just start talking to you like as if like you're all fucking homies, and that's just to like stand there to like grab a drink. Like I remember like random girls too would just like come and like start being so friendly with you just because there's a bottle of Dom Perignon right there. I remember this one girl, she like grabbed on my chain and she's like, "I like your chain." I'm like, "Thanks." I'm like, bro, if I was like down in like the dance floor, you would not be telling me that. And she grabbed it and she yanked it, and my chain just fucking snapped. It was gold too. It was like from here on. I was like, what the fuck? I looked down at it on the ground. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I just poured Dom Perignon on her. I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" That was bad.
Fuck.
That's why I stopped going. I just don't like how other random people treat you. You know what I mean? I never had a problem. There's only one person I had a problem with. The one person was the same person that I called a trust fund baby like 10 minutes ago. That's the only person I had a problem with.
Would I know this person?
You do know this person. You do this with, and none of them like him too. I'll tell you after.
Do I follow him on Instagram?
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you after.
We can bleep it out.
He's such a.
Yeah.
That's the only fake one.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
He actually.
I know.
Yeah.
When I literally passed by your crib, I was like, he lives right there.
Yeah.
He is insanely fake. And that's the old, every judgment that I've made about Persians that just came to Canada is literally about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all the other ones are fine. Bleep these names out real quick, but like, fuck. All these guys are fine to me. Like, I still see them. I still talk to them. They're very nice. Yeah, sure, we had like ups and downs, but it's like, it's always come back properly. But with him, fuck this kid. Okay, then after that, we can be fine.
You are right. No one fucks with him. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, bro.
From what I've heard, yeah.
He's done some weird shit too. Like, I don't know. Anyway, besides that,
yeah.
I
mean, man, it was a good time while it lasted. It's not a way to live though, man. Just that feeling, that sense of going backstage all the time and having Dom. I mean, are you over that? I mean,
I've been over it.
Yeah.
Bro, me and Farid. It was me and Farid, and fucking Alexi was dating this girl at the time. It was all of our birthdays, and we all like fucking pitched in. Farid convinced me to like fucking pitch in for bottles for our birthdays, right? And we got all this bottle of Dom Perignon and stuff like that. I get in a fight with my ex outside of the club. And after I'm done fighting her and everything, I go back inside. I'm like, it's my birthday, bro. I'm just trying to have a fucking good night, right? I go in, all the bottles are empty. And I was like, wow, like, we spent how much and how fast did it finish? What was the fucking point of that? With that money, I could have gone a round trip to Mexico. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And like, growing up blue collar is like, you got to be careful with what you spend on. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I don't have like backing like that. So it's like, whatever I give, that's what I made myself.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
it holds more weight for you.
Yeah, bro. It really
means
does.
something different for you.
100%,
especially.
bro. Yeah. And I hate that. Like, I had to be so like careful about how much I spend or how I spend, just because like I don't have that accessible to me. You know what I mean? And I've done a lot of things for money, bro, and it's just like, but it's always been the same. No matter how much I get, I'm like that. I'm a true Toyota Persian. I'm never a fucking BMW Persian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always looking for the best price.
I never heard about that analogy, but it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah, bro.
It's so real.
My cousin's like that too. My cousin makes bank. He sells cars. He builds cars. He fixes them. He flips them, bro. He's drove the nicest cars, right? Still like that. Just is so cheap with how he spends. It's just deep rooted into us. You know what I mean? Like when your parents like come here on fake passports, like that's how our parents came here. Like, they didn't have no like, I don't know, visas or nothing. They literally just came here and they would pass the, what's it called?
Customs.
Customs. They would rip up their passport, their fake passport, and be like, I don't know where I came from. And back in the 90s, they'd be like, oh, okay, immigration's that way. And they'd be refugees. You know what I mean? So like growing up like that is very different than just being able to come here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I got over all that shit quick. And yeah. I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about.
No, man. No, you're good, man. I want to get into that too, because just you becoming religious.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Such a touchy subject.
I mean,
no, we can talk about
it's interesting to me. I mean, I want to get your perspective and your thoughts on why you want to become religious. I mean, it's not.
I don't know. It's like my mom was pretty religious growing up. My dad's not. He does not care for religion at all. And I was just being strayed along the wrong path for so long, just doing the most vile shit with the most vile behavior all the time. And then I just got to a point where I was like, I'm about to hit the point of no return. You know what I mean? So I took like 9 grams of shrooms. I took like 9 grams of shrooms, and I'm like sitting here trying to cut this tomato, and this tomato's like running away from me. I'm like, fuck, like where is it going, bro? I go to try to cut it, it's just running away from me from under my hand. And keep in mind, this tomato has not moved, but in my head, it's moved a million times.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I was just like, wow, look how like stupid I am as a being that I need to eat to survive. And there has to be a greater being that does not eat, does not sleep, does not get tired, does not have to reproduce, that created all of this, some sort of energy source. And after that, when I came down, like I asked, like I would pray and I would ask for signs. Like that's when I started like believing, because I never believed when I was younger. I was really like against religious. Like I would go to religious school and I would like stand up and be like, I don't believe in God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just going for that switch. Anyway, and like I would ask for signs, and it was just kind of like it would just come to me. Little signs, like certain things that were not meant to be in my life would be gone out of nowhere. Like friendships would end, and I realized that friendship was leading me down the wrong path, you know. But yeah, and then like just going through that, starting praying, and then I would notice, like, because I put all these things aside, how much better my life was getting, and all the things I genuinely cared about was coming back into my life. And I just started reading the Quran, started reading like about history and just like, you know, the Islamic conquest and everything, how it all went down, and just started putting things into perspective for me. And I'm at a point where it's like, I believe just one thing, that God granted everything, created everything. He granted us with a mind, a body, free will, and he gave us one thing that sets us really apart from every other being, and that's to be able to limitly create, not freely create, because we cannot create anything. You know what I mean? Like we just can't like create matter, but we can like take two things, put it into one, and create something. You know, or like discover something. You know what I mean? And that sense of creativity is what makes us different. So in my head, it's like, okay, God granted all of these, and what we are judged on when we die is what did we do with this gift that he's given us, this ability to speak, ability to create limitedly. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just like, it's really fixed my life. You know what I mean? Are you religious at all? Do you believe in God?
Not really, man. I grew up praying to God, and my grandma was really religious. My mom and my uncles and my auntie weren't really that religious, and I've kind of stepped away from it. How has it fixed your life, though? I'm curious.
It forced me to think twice before I choose certain people in my life. Islam is all based on intentions, right? The root of it is just based on your intention. Like, so, like, for example, like, a lot of people, they think, oh, I give my son a sadaqah, but I'm sorry. If a lot of people think that, oh, if I give charity, if I act good, then I will go to heaven. And that's like a transactional exchange. But there is no transactional exchange with the creator of everything. What is money to God? You know what I mean? What's, but what does matter to, a being like that is like the pureness of your heart, your real intention. Like in my head, I think like, for example, let's say if there's a Muslim and there's an atheist, walking down the road, they both see a homeless man. If that Muslim looks at the homeless man and says, oh, well, I'm going to buy him food because, it's going to give me sawab. It's going to give me good deeds. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That is transactional. But if a atheist who doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in, afterlife, looks at that homeless man and is like, I remember a time I was hungry. I don't want him to be hungry. And give him food, I feel like God looks on that a lot higher than the Muslim because it's based on intention. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
So that's what made me like really religious in a sense. Yeah.
And in a way, has it changed your perspective on money? How you look at money? How you perceive money?
Yeah.
The value of money?
100%.
It's not this like pressing thing where
maybe
you need it more. You just want more and more and more of it. It's like, has it changed your perspective on money?
Yeah. I could, to be honest, I could have everything and nothing, and I'd still thank God for like just being alive. Another day to like create. Another day to, do as much as I can. You know what I mean? And like, for example, I make music, right? And there's a lot of people like, I don't know. Do you know Don Toliver?
Of course.
Why the fuck would I even ask that question? But this guy used to record his music on a PS3. On a PS3. Like, can you even imagine that? And I'm sitting here like thinking like, oh, I need like the top equipment, like, best mic, best interface, and this and that. But when you start like changing your perspective when it comes to money, like you can create anything really with anything. You start thinking more freely. I don't need to have like a Lamborghini. A car from A to B is fine. You know what I mean? I don't need to like have the nicest clothes. As long as it's on my back, it's fine. Like I don't know how to like if that makes sense.
No, dude. It's really refreshing to hear that. Because it's hard. It's hard in the world we live in, especially now. I mean,
especially as Persians.
Especially as Persians, dude. I mean, it's one of the. I mean, especially with dating and women, always thinking that you need to be making more to attract the best, the dimes and the 9s and 10s. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just all the comparisons that people make with each other.
Yeah.
I make it every day, man. What's this person doing? Well, how much money are they making, right?
That's more of like a cultural thing. You know what I mean? It's so deep rooted because like me saying all this about being Muslim has changed the way that I think of money. Not all Muslims are like that, bro. I know some very devoted Muslims that money's like everything to them. I was talking to this one girl, bro, that I want to get married to. Actually, I really liked her. And she told me that she loved me. And she told me she wanted $25,000 ring.
Right there and then, it was over.
It's still deep rooted within us, and I blame like Instagram. I blame everything that we see around us. You know what I mean? It's very like disassociated ourselves with our spirit and with the world. You know what I mean? That's pretty fucked. It's really like changed everything.
Do you think you'll find the right one? At some point?
Yeah, or no, whatever God wants, bro. To be honest, I couldn't care. I'm getting to a point where it's like I want to get married. Obviously, who doesn't want to like find the love of their life? But like in my head, I'm trying to like make everyone the love of my life. I want my dad to be the love of my life, my mom to be the love of my life, my sister to be the love of my life, my brother-in-law. I'm looking for like real love in the relationships around me with my friends and stuff like that. It doesn't always have to be a partner, because what if that never comes? You know what I mean? There's some people who are like 50 there having
and it could easily never come. That's the thing.
Yeah,
too.
that's the thing.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
The percentages are actually really high that it could never come.
Yeah. Especially in this day and age, bro.
Especially in this day and age,
Yeah.
right? It's a little discouraging. It's a little heartbreaking, but it's like, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah. You gotta make the best of it, bro. Like if you have a friend that's really loyal to you and like has gone through trials and tribulations with you and really stuck by you, man, that's someone you got to say that you love them all the time. And that's someone you should feel that connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How can you sniff out the fakeness, man? Just
Little tests.
little tests.
Yeah, little tests in certain situations. Like, you know how we were talking about social settings? That's one big one. If they start acting different in front of other people, if they start throwing you under the bus, he's going to throw you under the bus in something much bigger too. You know what I mean? If he starts trying to make you look little in front of girls, cut him off. He's got to do that 10 times worse one day. When it comes to money, like me and my friends, bro, like whenever we like give each other money, we do not ask, yo, can I get that back? You know what I mean? We just wait until the guy gives it back. We don't even bring it up. It's like our friendship must go beyond that type thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you have enough respect for me, you'll remember, hey, I'm going to pay him back. I'm not going to go like, I don't know, out to dinner and like spend like, I don't know, $150 when I could pay this guy back first.
Recently, man, I mean, the past few years, man, a couple of years, I'm more sensitive to people's ulterior motives. And partially, it's my doing and that I kind of need to figure out, because I tend to overthink it. I tend to overthink what this person's ulterior motives are.
I do that too, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even though there's nothing really going on and you may not have any ulterior motives and you're not really trying to take advantage of me in any way, I'm trying to pick things out. I'm trying to find little things and little moments that this person might say to reaffirm my thinking of, oh, this person does have ulterior motives. Right? Like, it's as if I'm seeking out the bad parts of this person. I'm seeking out the fakeness. I'm not looking at what this person is and the value that they're bringing me and how loyal of a friend they are. All the whole 90%. I'm looking at the 10% of, there's the moment. Uh-oh. There you go, Mo. This person had fake motives the whole time. Look at you now. It's just, and that's a part of me that I need to kind of, maybe it's childhood trauma.
Definitely it's trauma. Like,
Yeah.
obviously someone's done you wrong that you're thinking like that. And to be honest, it's valid. It's very valid that you feel that way. I'm like that too, bro. Like, when the moment I sense fakeness, I just cut off. I don't care. There's 8 billion people in the world. There's going to be someone that's loyal out there. You know what I mean? But I've done some fucked up shit too. You know what I mean? So I don't really judge people off of past mistakes. Like, if someone tells me something about someone that, oh, this is how they've acted, there's a reason why no one's friends with them, that's fine. You know, as long as everyone changes every day. Obviously give somebody the benefit of the doubt, but do not overlook the signs. If there's a sign, if you have a feeling in your gut, listen to your gut, bro. It doesn't matter if you cut them out. It doesn't matter how long you've known them. No, not everyone's supposed to be it's supposed to be in your life forever. We don't take nobody to the grave with us, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like, who gives a shit?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when I hit you up, for example, when I asked you to come on the podcast. I mean, you have every right to think, okay, well, what does Mom want out of this? You know what I mean? Like, we don't really know each other.
Yeah.
Right? And that's just a matter of fact. I mean, every time we've met each other, it was cool. You know, we were cool with each other. We were civil, right? I had nothing bad about you, nothing bad to say about you. I had nothing bad to say about me. But again, you have every right to think, okay, well, why is Mo hitting me up out of nowhere saying, yo, come on the podcast? What does he want out of this? Right?
Yeah.
And I guess, I don't know, man. It's just, it's a bit toxic, but that's just that constant overthinking of,
Yeah, I get that.
is this transactional? What is this?
For sure. I mean, there's a point where this is transactional, right? We both have Instagrams. We're both doing pretty good. It's a good way to, like, you know, like collaborate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get a little known, you get a little known. That's fine. We both know this, right? But it doesn't stop us from, like, having, like, you know, a conversation like this. You know what I mean? And just sharing ideas and stuff like that and, like, past experiences, because someone else is going to relate to this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's motives, obviously.
Of course.
And you got to be straight up with it. But
And it's ignorant to say that, oh, we have no motives. At the end of the day, we do.
Everyone
It's not.
everyone does. No matter who you are, you do. Unless you're, like, a child that's, like, naive. You know what I mean? But at least we're not lying to each other about it.
Right.
Type thing. You know? That's all that matters. I just don't like when people lie about shit like that. You know what I mean? there's some people, like, even my own friends, like, I started getting a little traction, just a little bit, like a little tiny bit. And I stopped replying, and I swear to God, it's not because of the videos. It's because I'm genuinely busy. Like, bro, I have clients that I mix. I have my own music that I have to think about. Like, you know, I'm moving. I have all this shit on my mind. And then people just think that I don't fuck with them anymore. I'm like, bro, it's been a week. Like, it's been a week. And it's like, them doing that, I realized, like, okay, why do you feel that way? Have you always felt that way? I start overthinking that. You know what I mean? Did you really fuck with me? Or are you fucking with me because, you know, there's something to gain out of it, and now that you think I'm going up,
right?
Which I'm really not, but it's like, not, you saw just a little bit of a taste of how it would be like if I were to go up, and now you're reacting like this.
Right. It's the idea that were you wanting something from me this whole time, and then now that I'm kind of backing off a little bit because I'm a little busy, and you're feeling some sort of way about it. Is that because I was giving you something?
Yeah. Exactly. Bro, you and I could, like, not talk to each other for, like, 2 months just because we're both busy, and we would probably just talk again, like, it's all good, because we understand each other's schedule, understand that you're busy studying, you have this, you have a lot going on, you understand what I got going on. You know what I mean? But there's some people who have nothing going on, and, you know, jealousy is a disease. I used to be like that really badly, bro. Because the reason why I'm saying all this is because I'm a prime example. There's, like, somebody in the artist community, I'm not going to name, that I used to hate on. Everybody was work with this person, and he's genuinely good. And I would just hate on him all the time because I was like, yeah, his music's whack, he's this and that, if everyone else liked him, right? And I was like, why? Why am I like this? And I started doing everything he was doing, type thing. Like, I was like, okay, like, he's doing this and this and this, let me just do that. Started doing it, and I realized that I'm getting busy. I'm, like, you know, really putting myself out there. I'm meeting new people. I'm networking. I'm really taking this shit seriously now. Out of nowhere, that jealousy just faded away, and he turned into an inspiration. It's because I was doing what he's doing now, and, like, I felt like, you know, I'm not less anymore because I'm comparing myself to myself now. And then the craziest shit is that after this, like, whole jealousy thing faded away and I started, like, doing really well, I met him in his studio. First time ever. After talking all this shit about this guy, I meet this guy finally.
Wow.
And I have a conversation with him, so down to earth. But he said something to me, and I was like, holy fuck. Like, this makes sense. This makes sense why you are where you are. It's your work ethic, you know what I mean? And it was really inspirational. The guy's like, yeah, man, I've been here since yesterday at this time. I'm like, you've been working 21 hours in the studio? So yeah, like, I haven't showered, I haven't left. It's just, I have clients back to back. And bro, this guy's like you wouldn't think that when you meet him. The way he portrays himself, like, on like IG and all that, is very different than who he is as a person. And it's very, I don't know, I just looked up to it. I was like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
So little did you know indirectly that this guy was inspiring you. This guy was pushing you. Yeah. Lighting that fire under you to move straight forward up and start doing things and networking, connecting, and being productive and moving forward. Yeah. Pushing the fucking needle.
Yeah, all I'm trying to say is, like, jealousy is just basically you're inspired by someone, but the reason why you're jealous is because you're not giving yourself a chance to do what they're doing. And I'm noticing that a lot with other people. The only reason why people are jealous of me is because they're not even, like, trying to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, why we got into this conversation.
No, man. It's and jealousy, dude. Jealousy is human nature, man. Like, I mean, it's hard for me to say that I'm never going to be jealous again in my life. I mean, I'm sure you're going to be jealous and envious of someone at some point in your life. Do you think you will? I mean, I don't know. No. I'm not going to speak for you. No, you're not.
No.
Yeah.
I'm so at peace right now. It's really weird. It's kind of I'm not even thinking about other people anymore. I'm just trying to fight the demons. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to, like, weigh it all out within myself. There's some parts of me that still wants to go back to my old lifestyle. And there's some parts of me that are like, what are you doing? Like, you're doing so well. So it's like, I'm not even concerned about, like, other people, like, external factors anymore. I'm just trying to be better myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like,
What about the that part of you that you're grappling with that wants to go back to your life before? What is that? What are those rumblings really around? When do they come up the most?
bro, every day.
Every day, huh?
And it's not just like the actions, it's like the mindset. Bro, like, yeah, I'm religious. I believe in God. That other shit aside, no, like, I don't want to be that person anymore. Like, that shit was fucked. Like, it just brought nothing but bad karma to me. But it's like how I would talk to women, how I would treat women. Or, like, that's, like, one thing I was like, should I just go back and just start, like, you know, fucking around? I don't want to, because I know it's just going to bring nothing but, you know, headaches
and toxicity.
Yeah, bro. And it's just like, I'm just trying my best just to go on a path that I believe is straight. But it goes deeper than that, bro. It goes really deep than that. So I'm just trying to stay focused. You know what I mean? But mostly it is like my existential crisis. That's like the biggest thing that I'm trying to fight. It's just like, what's my purpose? Why am I here? Like, just philosophical questions. That's the most thing I'm worried about. Everything else is second. You know what I mean?
Well, you're creative.
Yeah.
You have a creative mind. I mean, you're doing all these things, right? I mean, editing, audio engineering. I mean, I can't even imagine all the little things that have to come with that, right? But
yeah,
that in itself, I mean, again, man, and like hearing you talk about this is it's really refreshing because. I mean, do you feel like there's this weight taken off your shoulders, just this constant pressure of not being where you need to be, I guess,
for sure.
This kind of idea of what it means to be successful, or
because I'm gonna die anyway, and I'm not gonna take anything to the grave. I don't know where I'm gonna go next, so why should I give a shit? You know what I mean? It's really nihilistic to say, but it's the truth. What are we guaranteed in this life? Really, death. That's it. Speaking of, what do you think your purpose is in this life?
Let me revert that back to you. What is your purpose? Because I kind of want to.
Fuck if I know.
You don't know, huh? I mean, I don't know either. Like, I don't have an answer. I think
I'm just existing. Really, right now. Have you seen Kevin Gates' podcast? Like the one he talks. Have you seen his interviews?
I've seen him getting interviewed. I haven't seen his pod. He has his own podcast now.
No. He's just in interviews.
Yeah, I've seen him in interviews. Yeah, he's totally. I mean,
he's very sure of himself and his like purpose. You know what I mean? And I wish I was like that. I really wish I was, but it's like I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like it's to motivate. It's to just to bring good into other people's lives, but like
it's so, man, I always hear these celebrities and these people that are super successful saying, well, okay, well, what does success mean to you now after having all these accolades and all these achievements and all the money in the world? And they always say, well, it's to inspire people, it's to inspire the next generation to do good in the world. That's all good, man. I understand the sentiment, but you can't get to that point unless you have the resources to be able to do that. Like, I want to say that. I want to be good in this world, but it's hard, man. It's really, really hard to be good. You know what I mean, bro? Like, I wake up every day, believe me, I want to be a good person. I want to be the nicest person to everyone I see. But, man, this world, this city, the people that live here, really make it hard.
Yeah, what way?
I mean, bro, especially in Vancouver, dude. I mean, the list goes on in just terms of how people carry themselves, the body language, the capitalistic society we live in. It's a dog-eat-dog world. I mean, you see it on Instagram, these memes, this propaganda pushing it into our face. You gotta, annihilate anyone in front of you. I mean, it's a zoo and we're all just animals here. This animal kingdom. There's a hierarchy. All that, yeah, it may be true, but dude, it just puts you in this place of having this edge all the time. This fucking like anxiety that you can't really shake because you want to be content. I want to be content with what I have. But it just feels like there's this ongoing carrot, just like this carrot being just swung in front of me that I need to get to. I don't even really know what it is.
Yeah.
Believe me, man, I want to be I like being a nice person, right? But the way this world has been modeled and the way that we've been conditioned at this point it's as simple as if someone cuts me off in traffic, I'm thinking this person wants to take advantage of me. This person is getting in the way. This person, my belief is that this person knows that I need to be somewhere at this certain time, and they're getting in front of me to restrict me from getting to the appointment or to the meeting I need to be.
Wow.
Therefore, they are getting in my way of progressing in life. Like that's how deep this shit runs sometimes for me, man.
Damn.
If someone's late, well, they don't respect me enough to be there on time. Therefore, they think they're superior to me, and I am less than.
Damn.
And it comes from trauma. I know, man.
Yeah.
And it's just real, man. Like, people are gonna listen to this or this part of it and think, "Oh, Mo's an angry guy," or Mo's got so much unresolved trauma, and that may be true, and that probably is what it is. But how can you be? I mean, look at what's happening in the States, man. Look at who we have at the helm. Whether you are a Trump supporter or not, whether it's just there's just constant just hate and constant worry and confusion all the time. I mean, how can someone just be, I don't know.
You ever think like for example, that person that cut you off, right? They're in their own world, right? And you're obviously in your own world. Why do you think that them being in their own world and like thinking about whatever the fuck they got going on, why would they want to make your life a little bit worse? You know?
Yeah, I mean, those are questions I ask myself when that does happen.
Yeah.
You know?
We understand why everything's going on in the world, like with Trump or whatever the fuck. It's just all an agenda and a push for power. That makes sense. That's greed for people. Sure, you could say that about that they want to make your life a living hell so that they can have a better life. Right. But if it's like a random person like on the street, like driving, or like you get into altercation. Bro, I used to be like this too. I used to like if I get cut off, I'm pulling up to you. I'm saying whatever to you. Yeah. I will swear at you. I will. Racism will come out of my mouth. Whatever. You know what I mean? But there's a point where it's just like, were they even paying attention when they were doing it? That probably was it. We're on their phone. Like, they're just in their own world. And sure, you can be like, hey, get off your phone. But it's like, were they really meaning to affect you? You know what I mean? In friendship, certain settings, yeah, like, that's different. Obviously, like we were talking before about like how people have like a certain motive, right? I understand that. But with random people, no, like that. Unless they have a chip on their shoulder too. But fuck. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah.
But what if, yeah. But even for example, man, to this conversation, you know how Persians are bad on.
Fuck them anyway, but yeah, continue.
But you know what I mean? But yeah. It really ticks me off. It really gets to me because fuck off, man. Don't give me that look as if I owe you something.
Yeah.
But again, when I do feel that way after it, I'm thinking that took away from me. Even having that moment of activation of don't look at me like that.
Yeah.
That little anger. That took away my power.
Yeah.
Of just being calm. Just being who cares? Who cares, man?
Really?
Literally, dude. I mean, you know, our buddy that we were talking about, Pasha. He's always on that, dude. He calls me. He's like, yo, "Nanashumigam, dude, like this fucking." I'm like, and then I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, look at how you're speaking. You're about to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
And this happened 2 hours ago.
No. That's the thing. You gotta like realize this is like whoever you're talking about that you're mad about, they're gonna die. They will eventually. And you're gonna die too. I think we just all need to start thinking about death more, to be honest, about how it's all gonna end. Because we wouldn't really be worried about what this person said, what that person said, because it's like, fuck you. I only have whatever how we're 27. You're 27, right?
I'm 29.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 27, but like, okay, we have at most 40 years left, God willing. If we don't get hit by a car in the middle of the road or something, like, that's all we have left. Why should we waste it on other people in any shape or form? Like, sure, like there's going to be like certain situations that we cannot get out of that we have to react in a certain way, but after that moment's done, it's done. You're moving on. Have you ever thought about like some shit you've done last year, and in that moment you're so fucking pissed, and you think about it, you're like, wow, that was fucking stupid. It just goes. Time is not our friend. It just keeps going. It keeps going, and we will eventually get over it. And then once we're in the grave, that no longer matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like betochmet, bro.
Yeah,
Betochmet.
literally.
If like that Persian like is looking at you thinking, oh, this guy is fucking, not on the same level as me. Betochmet. You're not taking that to the grave. You know what I mean? Think about it like that.
Yeah. It's a good perspective switch, man. I mean, if it that's the thing, dude. If it works for you, like thinking like that, and it should. I mean, in theory, thinking that way should alleviate all the stress and anxiety about what other people think.
Well, not all, but like most of it. You know what I mean? Like, how often do you think about death? Be honest.
More and more. I mean,
as years go by, right?
Years go by. I mean,
yeah.
Especially how fast the years are going by too. How it's flying by. That's what's really scaring me right now.
Yeah. Do you feel like you haven't accomplished enough?
I always feel that way. I mean, I think that's human nature to just think. And to be honest, man, I don't know if I ever really want to get to a point of just. I do want to be content. I don't ever want to feel as if I've done enough and for me to just sit back and not do anything. I always want to be doing something.
Sure.
And that could be a detriment in the end. That could, I'll be on my deathbed however years from now and think back, well, wow, I should have been okay with where I was. Maybe that is the case. I don't know what I'll be thinking when I'm on my deathbed, but I don't know. Going back to your purpose thing, I mean, yeah, what is my purpose? Like, what is doing the most I can? Doing the most I can, man. I don't know, for myself.
But what is the most? Like what brings, like, obviously your work brings you happiness. Does it bring you happiness? Like, let's say if it's a perfect world, right? And you can be doing anything. What is it?
Well, I mean, a surface level answer would be to be in the NBA.
Yeah.
Basketball, was my passion. I loved it. But even that, it's just kind of like, okay, well, it's a game. It's you're bouncing a ball and you're throwing it into a fucking.
Okay, if it's a game, you love it though, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference of being in the NBA and you actually playing just like with the homies and all that, playing with the homies and joking?
It's still the most enjoyable thing I could do.
No matter if it's in the NBA or not.
No matter if it's in the NBA or not.
How often do you play?
Maybe once a week. Yeah. And that's all I need. I mean, I don't really need more than that. But I mean, if you were to ask me what would bring me the most joy and I guess the most financial stability while doing it would be. See, it always goes back to financial. It
does. Yeah. It really does. Yeah, that's the shit thing about it, right? Especially living here with everything so fucking expensive.
Yeah. You can be the most mindful person, man, but you can't escape the fact that a carton of milk costs $10 now.
Literally. No.
It sucks.
Okay, so what's the job that you could do that you would have some kind of enjoyment and wouldn't make you want to kill yourself?
I mean, the career I'm going into, man, therapy.
Yeah.
Because it's really fulfilling, and I get a lot of inspiration from seeing people and how people tick. That's a passion of mine, to understand the human psychology and what creates this person. Why does this person operate and move through the world the way they do?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Do you
Right.
read a lot of like philosophy books?
Philosophy, not so much, but a lot of theories around psychology and then with the modalities and the different methods of therapy and how that can switch someone's perspective.
Yeah. No, I get that. If you think about it, like philosophy, like just like teachers of like Western philosophy, like the pioneers, like like Aristotle, Plato, and like Socrates, they're really, it's kind of like the beginning stepping stones of like really interacting with a motive and understanding people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, especially in a civilized manner.
People scare me though, man. That's another thing, dude. Like, there's the fact that Jeffrey Dahmer was a person. The fact that child rapists, mass serial killers are people that have existed. That in itself, dude, that brings a bit of it's a bit of nihilism, where it's like, how much can I trust someone?
Yeah.
It's not good to think like that. Like, not everyone's obviously Jeffrey Dahmer, but a human being is capable of killing and taking someone's existence away without feeling anything. Like, that's real, dude. You know?
Yeah.
That scares me. So this person taking advantage of me and wanting something from me for their own benefit is not out of the realm of possibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Do you know how to defend yourself in that situation? Let's say if you met Jeffrey Dahmer and he wanted to cut you up, make a steak out of you, would you know how to get out of the situation?
In terms of like physical combat?
Yeah.
I mean, I try, but that's the thing, though. People, I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer, he wasn't like a martial, like he wasn't John Jones,
Yeah.
but he would manipulate the fuck out of it. That's what I'm saying. Like, he had the ability to manipulate and lead you to this place of full trust, and then can you right away.
Yeah. But was it? But
But
also he would bring like people that were much smaller than him.
much smaller, yeah.
Yeah. But you're not that small of a person. You know what I mean?
No, but my point in that though, dude, is like, Alex, I trust you. Well, how do I know that you? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, there's serial murders in this world. There's child rapists.
Yeah.
There's parents that neglect their children to a point of starvation. There's parents that torture their own offspring.
Yeah.
My thing is, if the human nature and the human condition can get to that level, I mean, bro, we're so flawed.
We are, of course. We're still animals.
Right?
Yeah.
And that scares me. And again, that's an extreme. I mean, I know not everyone's like that, but what I'm saying is, the human mind is capable with, like, there is ability, there is potential for someone to literally murder someone and not feel a thing about it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's just, how far can it go? How far can someone take it?
Yeah. Well, it's really mind-boggling, definitely. But it's like, what can you do, really? What can you do about them besides, like, knowing that if you were to encounter them, that you could end them? That's all you really can do if you really think about it. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, for sure. Like, you know, there's a certain situation, like you said, of a person's torturing their kid. Obviously, you can't really do much about it because they do it behind closed doors, right?
I guess my whole point with this whole thing is like, if my buddy, if a good friend of mine ends up doing something that is unspeakable, starts hitting up my girl, scams me out of thousands of dollars. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's believable, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not a good way to live. It's not a good way to think about it, of course. I'm not always thinking about my friends doing something to me, or...
Yeah.
It's not a good way, man. Yeah. As I'm talking about it, I'm thinking, God damn, I need to chill out.
But you do something about it, though, right? Like, if you got to that situation, like, you haven't... Like, I understand getting to that situation and dealing with it there, but if it hasn't happened yet to you, because I've realized, like, you know, when we're talking about this, it really comes down to how it affects you in that situation, right? Like, even before you talk about you have like a lot of trust issues when it comes to people, right?
Yeah.
It has to do with how it affects you in the situation. Yeah, sure, there's people that are capable of murder, and like we talked about all that, but don't you feel like, you know, when the time comes that you'll deal with it accordingly, and until then it's like you don't know. You really don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to...
Yeah, it's out of my hands. I mean,
yeah, it's out of your hands, exactly.
Yeah, it's for me to even stress about it slightly. I mean, it does nothing.
Yeah. Like, let's say if I were to scam you out of $1,000 right now, what would you do?
Well, I mean, I'd be like, what the... I'd be pissed. I'd be like, well, I don't... Damn, man, that's not cool, you know?
That's it? You want to beat the fuck out of me to get my money back? Get your money back? No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? If I were to start talking to your girl, you would just cut me off? You want to smack the shit out of me? You want to beat the living shit out of me?
Of course.
You would beat the crap out of me, or you would just cut me off?
I mean, I would. Of course, I'd want to. I mean, there would be rage in me that'd be like, yo, I want to fuck this guy up. Of course.
But would you take action on it?
That is a different question, though. I mean, I would have to think about, like, the outcome, right? Like, let's say, yeah, if I beat the shit out of you, it's like, okay, well, I could get in trouble.
Okay, but there's ways of you not getting caught doing that. You're worried about all these things, right? And then, like I said, it does have to do with, you know, how you feel about it. But there isn't necessary action to take for it to not happen again from that person, or just to get back. And this might sound very psychopathic of me, and I really don't give a shit. Violence solves everything. Everything. In a day-to-day conflict, even Kevin Gates says it too, you know, like there's a lot of people that say, like, you know, Kevin Gates is like, man, I can't wait until my daughter starts fighting people. It's like, I can't wait till you start beating the shit out of someone. I'm teaching my kid this. If somebody picks on you, I wish someone taught me this. If someone picks on you, do something about it, because they're not going to stop. You telling them, oh, like, this is how I feel, this is da-da-da-da, and you trying to process your emotions afterwards, there's always that lingering feeling of, it's not enough. I need to do something about it.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. I hear you. No, I 100%. I understand where you're coming from.
What makes it different, bro? Honestly, yeah, sure. Like, we're the smartest beings on this planet. I understand that. But, like, what's the difference? Just because we can speak, we can hash it out? No, bro. Sometimes you have to be an animal. Like, you see lions, bro. Lions, like, you know, when a lion comes into another lion's territory, he mauls him. Bears, they all do the same shit. We're still animals. Just because we can speak, it doesn't mean we don't feel like them. You know what I mean?
Okay. So give me the rundown. What happened? Let's say some. Okay. Can I give you a situation?
Sure.
You're with your girl. Some dude that you know starts fucking with your girl.
Yeah.
You obviously want to go beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You will go do that.
Yeah.
What does that give you? And I'm not judging you. I genuinely want to understand, because it's very interesting to me.
To know that I put them in their place, and I to regain my power over them. When he does that to me and to my girl, it makes me feel like that, oh, he's better than me because, you know, he did this. Obviously, I'm cutting off the girl first things first. You know what I mean? But you can't hit a woman. You know what I mean? Men hitting men is different than men hitting a woman. It's just the smaller. Anyway, bro, fuck. But like your homie, right? That does that. He's obviously thinking, though, I'm better than this guy right now. But the moment you take that power away from him, he's not gonna feel that anymore. You know what I mean? Even that situation we're talking about in the car, it brought me back my power, knowing that I made him like that. I made him look like that in front of his friends.
Why do you want the other person to know that you have that power over them?
It's not about them.
What is this power thing though? Because why does it matter because it does? I understand what you mean. I mean, you want to have power. I mean, that's.
But it's not about them and how they perceive it. It's how I feel about myself. At the end of the day, it's always about how we feel about ourselves. You know what I mean? Yeah, obviously, we don't want to seem like a bitch in front of other people. But let's say if everyone else calls you a bitch, but you to yourself, you know that you're not a bitch. You don't give a fuck about what people say about you because you know you're not a bitch, right? So me taking action on something like that, I don't give a fuck how his friends think. I need to make sure that I have that confidence within me. And it's still there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you be able to have that confidence without beating the fuck out of this person? Is that not attainable without doing that? Sure. I'm not trying to change. Like,
no, I get that.
Yeah,
like, Sure, but it's like, I don't know, still like, if they see me as a bitch and I didn't do anything about it, just me personally, I'm still going to feel like a bitch. But if I do something about it, I prove to myself that it's fine. I remain secure. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? It's just animal nature, bro.
Yeah. It's very primal.
Yeah.
You do me wrong, I attack. I move forward. I initiate. I engage with force.
Yeah. You have to sometimes.
For sure.
You know? There's no hashing it out. You just got to do it. You should bitch slap someone sometime.
Feels good, huh?
It feels great. It feels so funny. It's just hilarious. You walk away like, great. Yeah, and sure, you can think about the consequences all you want.
I will say some people do need a good smack across the face. Because a lot of people get away with a lot of things in this life, just moving weird.
Yeah.
You're almost doing them a favor by.
Yeah. Also, by the way, like, if it's like some random person and I get an altercation with them, that I don't go that far, by the way, because I don't know you. I don't have to prove anything to you. When we were talking about like, oh, like, you know, if it's my buddy talking to like my girl, that's a different situation. That's because I know you. You know me. But if you're just some random person on the street, I don't have nothing to prove to you because you don't know me and I don't know you. You know what I mean? I feel like that kind of what your question was of why do you feel the need to like do this. That's why I forgot to mention. It's like, especially if it's in my social setting and I know you.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a
for
really
sure,
important
for
thing.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean that's a variable that changes the whole thing.
Yeah.
Definitely knowing the person, having some sort of relationship with this person.
Yeah. If it's a club altercation and I don't know you, it doesn't fucking matter. Yo, funny story actually. Holy shit.
Bro,
so,
I feel like you gotta,
Okay. So you remember how I told you like Pasha gets like really like fucking like, you know, but you don't have this time, you're not coming in the back. Okay, let me tell you what Pasha did. Pasha, I'm sorry I'm saying this. Okay, so fucking we're at Fortune, back, you know, backstage, whatever the fuck. I don't know, what do you call it? The DJ booth, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's this brown guy. He comes up with his girl, and they're just chilling. And I just see Parham start talking to this guy. And I thought they know each other. So I go say what's up. And I realize they're arguing. I'm like, oh, no. And then Pasha comes like, get the fuck out. This is our table, right? Valid. They're drunk. A little bit too much, right? Yeah. And the guy's like, yeah, you want to step outside? And I was like, no, I'll come. Like, oh, let's just go talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Naive at that time. I go to talk about it. As we're like walking, like, yeah, come. I just notice I'm surrounded now by like 6 people.
Fuck.
And then in this situation, I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. These guys are like 6'4". I'm like 5'10". I'm not taking on all these people. You know what I mean? And then like I started talking to the guy. I'm bro, like what was the problem anyway? He's like, oh, she said I couldn't be here, but I'm like, bro, like that was all ego. Like you don't know him, he doesn't know you. Exactly like what I was explaining to you right now. I started explaining it to him. And then, but he was still mad. He was still mad that he looked like a bitch in front of his girlfriend and he got kicked out of the booth in front of the girl that he was with. So I understand why he was mad. But all of his friends, they like, you know, because they were calm. They weren't there to see it happen. They started agreeing with me. Anyway, like whatever happens is like, we ended up becoming like all good. You know that? And I told him, I'm like, bro, calm down. Like it's not a big deal. Like, you know, let's just have fun. Da, da, da. And I started hanging out with him actually, like in that setting. It was fine. It was all good. And the funniest shit is that 3 weeks later, I'm at UBC at a party, and there's just like one guy that he's like insanely mad. I don't even know why we were fighting. He takes his shirt off, he's ready to go. He's thinking, okay, we're the same size, I can beat the fuck out of you, right? I don't know where I hear, yo, Nem. I turn back, it's those 6 fucking guys. And they go, they're like, hey, how you doing, bro? Like, everything's good? I'm like, yeah. I look at the guy, I'm like, are we all good? And he's like, yeah. And he just walks away. And I was like, that was good karma. That good karma saved my ass. From the same people that were gonna beat the shit out of Pasha and Param, they saved me. Sorry, in a different setting, which kind of comes like and ties it all in. Is like you pick and choose your battles,
right?
You know,
you got to be calculated at some point too.
Yeah,
it's not a calculation. That's not the right word. I just, like you said, good karma.
Yeah, it's a random person. Why you gotta fight him?
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah.
Unless he's like trying to harm your family. That's different.
Right.
But it's like, yeah.
But I'm assuming from Pasha's thinking process is he doesn't know this guy. He's coming up with this girl. He's not pitching in for the
Understandable.
drinks. We don't know him. Why are you coming up? So there is justifiable reason for Pasha to be like, yo, go away, fuck off, man.
Yeah. 100%. You paid that much money to be there. And some other guy's there with a girl, probably to snag one of your drinks. Now, of course, you tell him to fuck off. I get that, you know? But, yeah, the situation could have ended bad. You have to, like, look at both sides, like, of the story. Obviously, that guy, he was, like, upset, thinking that, you know, I look like a bitch now in front of my girl. And then Pasha obviously feeling that way. So just remain neutral.
So you knowing human nature and understanding how someone would feel looking like a bitch in front of their girl by getting kicked out of this booth, you understand this guy's anger.
Yeah.
You put yourself in both situations.
Yeah. Because I'm not in it. It's easy to like make a judgment when you're out of it, right?
Right.
When you're in it, like you're blinded by anger. Especially when you got liquor involved. Oh, buddy.
Forget about it, brother.
Forget about it. It's done.
Do you have any other crazy stories, man? Any wild stories to end this off?
No, not really. I have nothing I really want to share at this moment. Maybe another time, bro, you know? Like, definitely, but what about you? You got any stories?
Nah, not really, dude. I mean, we had a good time. I'm happy we got out of our system, you know, going out and doing all that thing, having that time in our life, right? And yeah, just picking peace over anything else right now. It's tough though, man. Believe me, it's tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I wake up and but you seem you seem like you're in a good place. Just very calm and
kind of. Yeah, here and there. When it comes to external factors, yeah, I'm calm. But internally, not yet. I'm trying to get there. What I think you should do definitely is start hitting bags, bro. Or do some kind of combat sport. I swear it'll change you. It really will.
Just get the edge off, huh?
It's not about just getting the edge off. It's just like, it mostly is about getting the edge off, but just to know that you can. To know that if that situation were ever to come, you have the skill set. You know? Like, if you can't walk in a room and think about, I can take on whoever, you're obviously going to feel some type of way. And you don't want to feel that type of way. You want to always be like, okay, and like, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Type thing.
It's really fascinating, man, how you attribute that calmness and that confidence to knowing that you could walk into any room and demolish anyone, right? Like there is strength in that, though.
Yeah, for sure. If I can. The moment I get into a room and I see people that, oh fuck, like I could definitely get hurt, I shut down in a sense. It's kind of like, oh fuck, how like the younger lion like starts like walking away when it's like that. You just gotta somehow.
But that's the catch in that, though. If you would you say thinking about it like that creates that room for when you do walk in a room, let's say with 5 UFC fighters, you have to take a back seat,
Yeah.
So it's not always the best thing to rely on, to think, okay, well, I can walk into a room and fuck these people up, because at some point, if you walk in a room and you can't fuck up John Jones, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's when you learn to watch what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you become a little more nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you go talk shit about him, man.
Then the Persian comes out at some point.
Yeah, right?
You can't hide it forever, man, the Persian.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Can't wait to move there.
It's crazy you're moving there, especially after living here your whole life.
My whole life, yeah. It's going to be a culture shock.
Are you nervous? Are you anxious about it? Of course.
Yeah, of course. It's going to be a big culture shock. But I think it's just going to be time for me to like actually sit and not have to worry about anyone or anything and just read. I need to read more, bro. I swear.
Yeah. Just get away from all this noise, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a very big introvert, bro. I don't go out. Like I told you, last time was the first night I went out in like forever.
Love that, man. I appreciate you, dude. This was good.
I appreciate you. It was nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking as shit, bro.
Doing this?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's just kind of like documented. But it's nice. Because, like, maybe 2 years down the road, I'll look back at this and be like, wow, I've changed.
Mm-hmm.
It's progress, which is really nice.
You definitely will.
Yeah. Hopefully.
For sure. I mean, I look back at my old episodes and I'm thinking, damn, I just talked differently. I thought about things differently. Just, communicate things differently. So it's cool to see, the progress. All right, bro.
Yeah,
let's call it. That was good. 1 hour and 40. Damn,
really?
All right.